After Joshua and the Israelites defeated Ai at the end of Joshua chapter 8, they wanted to thank God. So they got everyone together and they built an altar, and the Bible tells us that the altar was made out of uncut stones that had never had an iron tool used on them. Uncut stones, no iron tool used on them. In other words, this was the only thing that these stones had ever been used for, ever. Nothing else had ever touched them except the dirt that was surrounding them in the ground. Nobody had ever used them for anything else. They were entirely dedicated just to this one thing, helping them thank God. And you know what that makes me think of? God and his attitude towards you. That he is entirely dedicated, like those stones, he is entirely dedicated to just one thing, to being there for you. When Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane with his disciples, Judas came to arrest him. After the soldiers were there and the disciples realized what was going on, the disciples that were with Jesus, they wanted to fight. Peter even took out his sword and cut off a guy's ear, and Jesus healed it. And then he rebuked his disciples and he said, "Don't you think that I could have commanded legions and legions of angels from heaven to come down and take care of me if that's what I wanted?" The answer, of course, was implied. Well, yeah. He could have done that at any moment. He could have used all of heaven's resources, all the angels that exist, all of it, at any time he wanted. And yet in that moment, he was showing us how he's always going to decide to use all of heaven's resources, including the resource of his own life. He was going to use it to get to the cross. He was going to use it to get to the one place where he could guarantee that you would be with him forever. Whatever he needed to use. Skin, nails, blood, his own death. He was entirely dedicated to using it for your benefit. I don't know what it is that's making your heart feel vulnerable today. I bet there's something. So remember this. God always uses everything he has and everything that he is for your benefit. He is entirely dedicated to loving you. Rest well tonight, my friends.